Hi everyone, a few weeks ago I started this YouTube channel to share with you my side projects and some of what I've learned along the way. One thing that I found tricky is coming up with video ideas. So I thought, why not build an AI agent to help with that? In this video I'm going to show you how to build it from scratch, step by step, using Python, LangGraph and Cursor. And by the end we will have a working AI agent wrapped in a FastAPI backend and a simple Streamlit application that you can use to interact with the AI agent and generate YouTube ideas. Let's get into it. We start by setting up our Python project. So the first thing is we create an empty folder. I call this folder YouTube Ideas Agents, and I open this folder from Cursor. Cursor is an AI-powered IDE, and you can see here on the right-hand side, I have this chat interface where I can interact with an AI agent, and this AI agent will help me implement some functionality and write code and so on. Also, Cursor works with something called Cursor rules, which are some instructions, additional instructions that you can give to Cursor to write the code in a certain way. I have my own Cursor rule for Python that I will be using in this project. And I will be putting the link of these Cursor rules in the descriptions. So the first thing that I will need to do is create a folder called cursor.cursor rules. So here from the Cursor IDE, I will open a terminal and I execute this command to create this folder. The second step is I will cd into this folder and I will copy the Python, these 5 Python rules directly in here, and you can see them in here already implemented. Okay, the next step is for this project I need 2 types of APIs. I need the YouTube API and I need the OpenAI API. So I will create a new file called .env, and in here I will copy my API codes. In this .env file I have my YouTube API key and OpenAI API key, and that's it. So I have my Cursor rules and I have my .env file with the 2 API keys. Now I can start interacting with AI agents and start with my project. So the first thing that I need to do is set up a virtual environment. I will be using UV for generating this environment and also installing the dependencies. So I can do something like, this is a new Python project helping with the setup. I want to prepare the virtual environment and install the dependencies that I need. I'm planning to use YouTube API, LangGraph, LangChain, and Jupyter Notebooks. And I give this extra requirement, so don't generate any code for the moment or Jupyter Notebook. I just want to set up the virtual environments and the dependencies. And if I click enter, it starts coding, it starts working and generating everything for me. So the first thing is to generate a UV virtual environment. It needs to execute a command called UV init. So it gives me this one, YouTube AI init. So I click run. And you can see here on the left hand side, I have my original setup of using UV. And the next thing it will do is will generate for me some folders. And it will add the libraries that I need. So the Google API one, the LangGraph and LangChain. It will also add some dependencies that I need for Jupyter. And that's it. And this gives me at the end like a small summary of everything that it did. So it's created like the project structure, it's installed the dependencies, and it's given me some instruction on how I can check if everything is running well. So I can try to see here I have this notebook where I'm planning to add my notebook, Jupyter Notebook files. So I can do cd notebook, and I can run this command uv run Jupyter Notebook. Enter. And you can see the server of Jupyter Notebook opening in here. So everything seems to be fine, and I have my setup. Now that I have my setup, I can start coding. So the first thing that I want to do is use Jupyter Notebook in an interactive way to implement the AI agents and the different YouTube search functionalities. So before implementing the AI agents, I want to get familiar with YouTube. So here I create a second prompt and I say create a new Jupyter Notebook for me, generate a function that takes as input a topic, and it will search YouTube and analyze the search results. So I am interested in the number of views, how many subscribers that the channel have, the ratio between the number of views and the subscribers, and some information about the length of the video. And I'm telling the AI agent that I have a YouTube API key implemented in this .env environment. So I push enter, and it will create a new notebook inside this notebook folder, and this will generate for me like all this the necessary code for the function that I mentioned. Here you can see it's create like a plan. So create Jupyter Notebook, add the necessary imports, implement YouTube search functionality, and so on and so forth. So here I don't have to do anything. I just have to wait. And you can see here with this new version of Cursor, it can work with Jupyter Notebook directly. So it is generating the notebook for me. I will let it finish, and I will open this notebook in the browser because it's much better user interface than interacting directly with the Jupyter Notebook directly inside Cursor. So it will take a few minutes. So let's wait and see. So it took a few minutes and it generated this Jupyter Notebook for me. On the right hand side, it tells me like what it did. Actually, I can execute this Jupyter Notebook directly from the cursor, but I prefer to open it from the browser. So here I click YouTube Analysis, and you can see all the code that it generated. We won't have time to go line by line, but we can do is just to try to understand what it did and execute this code to see if it's working. So the first step is it's importing libraries and the API key. It looked like it generates some functions to parse the information from YouTube. So formatting and parsing functions. There is this video that's search YouTube videos. So it takes as input a topic, the number of results, and here another function for generating, getting the video details, another one for getting the channel. So I execute this, another one to analyze a YouTube topic. And another one here is called create analysis data frame. I'll execute this one. And here it's giving me some examples of how I can use it. So let me copy these two lines and open them here. So let's see, I want to check AI agents and put a maximum results of 10 and execute. So it looks that it's working well. Searching YouTube for AI agents, found 10 videos, the details, and it tells you here that this one AI agents clearly explained, 2.4 views, 1.4 subscribers, and so on and so forth. So it seems that our first function is working well. Now that it's working, I want to add on top of this YouTube extraction some AI agents capabilities. So what I want to do is, in the next step, is to implement this blue part. So the final idea about the AI agent is I will give it a topic to analyze, some instructions about the type of videos that I want, and it will have two parts. The first one is called YouTube Search and Insights. So from the topic, I want to generate different variation of the query. I want to analyze the YouTube data. I want to combine all this data into a single data set. and I want to generate some insights from this information. So the insights will be what type of videos and what type of topics works well on YouTube. And the second part of the AI agents will be the idea generation. So it will take as inputs the topic, the instructions, the insights that I get from my YouTube search, and it will generate a first list of ideas that I can work with. It will criticize these ideas, and it will improve them to give you like the final list of these video ideas with titles, descriptions, and recommended lengths. So what I can do is I can go to Cursor and I can write something similar to these prompts. So I want to say that it's working correctly, meaning the Jupyter Notebook that is generated is fine. Then I want to build on top of it using LangGraph to generate an AI agent that takes as input a topic, generates a few variations of the query, search YouTube, get some statistics, generate some insights about the topics, lengths, and the formats, and so on, and some additional instructions. And I'm telling Cursor that I have my OpenAPI key inside the .env environment. And in the same way, I just click enter, and I wait for Cursor to generate for me the code. So here it creates a to-do plan with all these 6 different steps. The first thing is want to add the OpenAI and LangChain OpenAI. I say okay, and it will continue with the implementation. So actually generates a new another notebook called YouTube AI agents, and in here it's setting up the OpenAI environments, and this will generate the code. So let's wait a couple of minutes to see the final results. So it took a couple of minutes as well, and it generates for me this YouTube AI agents. In the same way, I can open it from the browser, YouTube AI agents, and I can see here all the code that is generated. It's a lot of code actually. So the first step is similar to the previous one. So importing the different libraries and the API keys. It is using GPT-4 mini. I can change here to a more powerful model if I want to run this later, but for testing I'll just keep this model. Here it generates some Pydantic models to make sure that the output that it will generate is structured correctly. So different classes for all the analysis that I need. Okay, then some functions from the previous notebook. So this is basically the YouTube parsing and formatting and searching and so on. So I execute this, and here is where the LangGraph AI agents work. So the first thing is agent state. So this is all the different information that the agent needs to keep in memory for it to run the analysis and to run all the instructions that we give it. And here it defines some functions, and these functions will be used within the graph. So we have generate query variation, we have another function called analyze YouTube data, and another function called generate insights. So and you can see here like the prompt and all the information that's the AI agent generated for us. Okay, it's a lot of information actually. So I execute this. Then here is where we create our LangGraph graph. So create YouTube agents. You can see here the nodes that I need: generate query, analyze the data, generate insights, analyze the competition, and provide final recommendation. And that's it. Here it's give me another function that I can use to execute my AI agents. I click execute, and I can try to, here is give me some instructions about some basic examples. So I can try one example here. I call it results run YouTube agents, and let me put AI agents for just AI agents for the moment using Python. Okay, so we're generating like a few variations for AI agents using Python. So Python AI agent tutorial for beginners, advanced Python AI agent development techniques, best Python libraries for creating AI agents, and so on. So it is got the videos from YouTube. It generated analysis, generated the insights, generating the competition analysis, generating final recommendation. Okay, so here there is this function called display agents results that I can use to see the result that it came up with, and actually it's working well. So for this YouTube AI agents analysis results, I have 5 queries that the agent generated for me. This is the statistic that it had. So 25 videos, average view is 1 million, the average duration is 20 minutes. The contents insight, so the optimal duration is between 10 to 20 minutes. The successful topics are AI agents using Python, Python AI agent tutorial, and so on and so forth. And it gives you some competition analysis about the market saturation, the top channels, and so on. And it gives you the top recommendation. So create tutorial videos that focus on building specific AI agents using Python. Develop content that highlight the best Python libraries for AI agents, and so on and so forth. Okay, it seems that it's doing what we planned for. So basically all these blue parts, generating the queries, analyzing the data, and generating the insights. So now that we have the YouTube part ready, I can start working on the idea generation. So if you look at the graph again, I have the blue parts already implemented. I need to focus on the second part, which is take the insights, the topic, the instruction, and ask the LLM to think of some ideas that I can use for YouTube, criticize them, and improve the original list to finalize the list of ideas. So I can go back to cursor and I can say that the previous agent is working well and I want to build on top of it, and basically explaining what I mentioned earlier. So this AI agent should take as inputs the number of ideas, the instructions, generate a title, description, and the recommended length for each movie. I want to include one step for criticizing these ideas, and I want to finalize these ideas based on the criticism that is generated by these AI agents. And I'm giving some additional instructions. So using a Pydantic model to structure the final outputs and make sure that the response is a valid JSON. So with this, I click and it will generate, similar to the previous one, a list of to-do list, and it will start coding for me another Jupyter Notebook. So it will take a couple of minutes and we can see what it's come up with. So here you can see top to-do list 6, and it will start working on generating this the code. Now that we have our AI agents, we can open it from the browser. So YouTube AI agents is the same file as earlier, but with these additional functionalities of idea generation. So I won't read the whole thing, so I will just trust that the code is running. Okay, this is from the previous parts, create YouTube agents. And we have the second part, which is like for the idea generation. So this is the first one, extended AI agents for video generation, extended LangGraph flow. Here you can see the whole workflow. So we start with the YouTube parts, generating the query, analyze the data, insights, competition, final recommendation. Then we have the second part of the idea generation. So taking the inputs of the final one, the recommendation, we can generate idea, criticize it, refine it, and giving the final list of ideas. So I will execute this. And I have some examples in here. So let me take this one, and I put here results, run YouTube AI agents with ideas. I put here AI agents, and the instructions I will say hands-on tutorials for marketing professionals. Executes. So let's see what it does. So I think the first part will be similar to the previous demo, focusing on YouTube search. So we generate like a few queries: AI agents beginner tutorial, advanced AI agents application, and so on and so forth. It is analyzing them, generating the recommendation. You can see here it doesn't say anything about marketing because the topic is just AI agents. I'm talking about marketing in the instruction. So the instructions will be mainly for the video idea generation. So here it gives me a few 5 ideas. AI agents 101, your complete beginner's guide, unlocking the power of AI agents, the best AI agent software, live Q&A, and the last one, building your first AI agents, hands-on tutorial for marketers. So it's just the last one that is focusing on marketing. The other 4 are quite generic AI agents. So let's see if they will be refined using this criticism phase. So we have the criticism here. Then based on this critique, we are refining these 5 ideas that were generated in here. So let's see the final results. Okay, so the first idea went from AI Agents 101, your complete beginner's guide, to unlocking AI agents, hands-on tutorial for marketing professional. The same thing for the second one, unlocking the power of AI agents. We have maximized marketing success, advanced AI agents explained for professionals. And I would expect the other ideas as well to be ultimate guide to the best AI agent software, in-depth reviews for marketers, and Q&A AI agents explained, your question answered. So this one, it didn't use the marketing, but maybe the content will be marketing focused. And the last one is step-by-step guide for beginners. Okay, it looks really good. And here we have like some statistics and so on. I can add more, I can get some more details if I use this display extended results, where we can see the idea, the title, a small description, the recommended length for it, and the audience, type tutorial, and so and other information. Okay, this looks great. So I have my AI agents working well in this Jupyter Notebook. So the next step that I want to do is take this code and transform it, refactor it, and wrap it around a FastAPI backend so I can use it in other applications like Streamlit. So here we just a simple prompt. I would say it is working well. I want to refactor the code outside of the Jupyter Notebook and wrap the AI agents in FastAPI API. And here I put AI agents, YouTube AI agents. Okay. And I add, make sure to install FastAPI. Enter. Okay. So the first thing, it will install FastAPI. The second part, it will create an app folder for me where it will refactor the whole code. So you can see here on the left hand side this app folder created. And it will take all the code from my Jupyter Notebook and refactor it into this app folder. Okay, so let's give it a couple of minutes and see the final results. So it took a few minutes and it generated this app folder for me. So inside this app folder, you can see here different Python files where we took the code from the Jupyter Notebook and refactor it into these different files. It's also generated for me a README file. You can see here API.readme with like some instructions about the API and what it does. And it generated two files, Python files for me. Start API that I can call to exec to run this endpoints, and another file called test API where it generated for me a few queries that I can use to test if this is working well or no. So I can go to the terminal. Inside here I open two terminals. So the first one I do uv python uv run, and the first one is start api.py, so we can see that the server started well. And the second one I will do uv run test API to check to run this test. So let me close this and expand this a little bit. A second. Okay, so you can see here that I'm making the API call, and you can see the same outputs that I was getting into the Jupyter Notebook. So here we are analyzing the YouTube data with the different actually the test is Python programming, and the instructions are beginner friendly tutorials. So I'm generating the videos. It is they are being criticized, and they are generating. Okay, so the first idea I had a score of 7 out of 10. Second one, 7 out of 10. And we are refining based on the criticisms. On the other side, like this is where I'm running the test API, is basically waiting for these results. So we already run the first one, the API is running, we did a health check, we are running this basic analysis, and now we are testing the video generation, which is basically the results of this one. Okay. So the video generation passed as well. We are doing the next one is quick analysis, testing quick analysis endpoints. Okay, so let's see. This as well. So basically the API is working well, and we can see here that all our tests are working. And for this example of Python Python beginners tutorial, it is generating the ideas, criticizing them, and refining them. So basically our API is working well, and we can move on to the next step, which is creating the Streamlit application. So to generate the Streamlit application, what I can do is here again in the AI agents chat interface, I can say that everything is working well. I want to create a simple Streamlit application for this app. It should provide text box for the topic and instruction, drop-down menu for the number of videos to analyze, and the number of ideas that I want to generate. And it should also have different tabs to show the results, YouTube, insights, ideas, criticism, and so on. And I will add, I want to use the FastAPI backend that we implemented. Answer. So this as well, it will take like a couple of minutes to generate the Streamlit application, and let's see the final results in a few minutes. So it took a few minutes and it generated the Streamlit application for me. You have here in this Streamlit app.py the the code for the Streamlit application, it's also created for me a couple of other files. One called start Streamlit. So this one, if I execute it, will start the Streamlit application on its own. And I need to also start the API. And it's also created another application for me called starts both, which will start both the FastAPI backend and the Streamlit front end. So I don't need to separately start them. I can just execute this file and I will have both the API and the Streamlit application running at the same time. So let's do that. I will do UV from the terminal, UV run, and I put start both.api. I'm sorry, both.py. So here I can see that my server is starting, and I should have, the Streamlit front end starting as well here in the browser. And here I have like the two boxes that I wanted. So let's start with this one, AI agents and idea generation, hands-on tutorial for marketing professionals. And let's put 3 ideas that I want to generate, and I click generate idea. Here it's giving me 2 options, like analyze only or generate idea. So if analyze only, it will call one API, and generate ideas will call the entire AI agents workflow. So if I go back to my terminal, and I can see here all the API calls and the logs, the details of what's happening. So I am generating for AI agents 5 variations: AI agents for beginners, advanced AI agent review, best AI agents application 2023. So it's always give me 2023 because I'm using one of the maybe old LLM models, but if I change the LLM model to the latest one, I will have like more new information. And I can also, in the instruction, probably to put 2025 to make sure that I'm getting the recent YouTube videos. So here it generated ideas, it's criticized the 3 of them, and it's finished. If I go back to the browser, to the Streamlit application, I can see the results. So it tells me these are the 5 query variation that I did. This is the analysis of the query and like some statistics about the numbers and so on. Some additional information here to see if you want to go to see which one has the best. So Sandbox AQ is the name of the channel. AI explained, your advanced digital assistant. Anyways, the most important are the final ideas, but let's go one by one. So the insights, I can see here information about the content strategy, the competitive analysis, and so on, and the recommendations on how to create these YouTube videos. Then I have here the initial ideas, beginner guide to AI agents, what they are and how to use them. I have here the second idea and the third idea. I have the criticism for each one of them with some details and some suggestions where I can improve and some strengths that's the idea has, and the final ideas. So the final ideas that I have here is idea 1, unlock your marketing potential, a beginner guide to AI agents in 15 minutes. This gives me like a small description, and this gives me who's the target audience and so on. And it does the same thing. It does the same thing for the other 2 ideas. So idea 2, which AI agents reign supreme in 2023. And the last one, essential ways AI agents can transform your small business. This is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. As you could see, Cursor can be very powerful for building this type of application. The entire project from the beginning until implementing the AI agents, the FastAPI, and the Streamlit application took less than 2 hours while I'm recording and doing some small debugging. If you want to put this type of applications in production, you have to make sure that it's well tested, and you might need to refactor some of the code and have the correct documentations and the README file. So I will be putting the source code in my GitHub repository, and you can find a link to that repository in the description. Let me know if you like this video, and if you have any ideas of other contents or other tutorials that you might be interested in. Again, thank you very much for watching.